Starting this walk off, I literally just parked the truck probably 5 minutes ago, and I just spotted the first antler of the day. I almost walked by it. I got the sun in a terrible spot for this property, but haven't been here since last year early, and decided to come see if I could pick up an oldie or a couple freshies. And I just spotted the first one of the day behind me here. Looks to be fresh. Checked it through the binos. Only thing that gave it up was that nice white tine shining against the sunlight. Probably about a 60-acre piece here. This will actually be the first antler I've ever found on this property, and it's going to make number 25 for the year. What a great way to start the video and start the day. Let's see what we've got. Solid buck, a little bit of split action on it. Look at that. Great freshie, great beam, good 6-point side. Wax ring intact, nice and fresh. Probably been about 10 minutes or so since I picked up first antler of the day. And I literally walked within about 5 yards of this one before I saw it. Still getting over this little bit of sickness. I think it's kind of impaired my vision just a little bit, but we'll take it. That's number 2 for the day. Looks to be another 6-point side. I jumped up a deer here a minute ago. Here's another 6-point side, a little wonky one. Another freshie, big old base on it, but I'd say off of a 2-year-old. Crooked little brow tine off the back. A little bit smaller than the first one we found today, but that makes number 2. 2 6-point sides, excuse me, 2 3-point sides, and 2 left sides. So maybe we'll find another one off this piece. I was just saying at the beginning of this walk how I've never found an antler on this property, and I've turned up 2 within 15 minutes. Could be a good day or could be a bad day. We'll see. Out here today, February the 14th, Valentine's Day, and I'm looking for a lonely shed. Got a couple inches of snow here the last few days. Decided to come out here and try to do some backtracking, find some good bedding areas, and hopefully pick up at least one. See if we can't make it happen. So stay tuned for what we might or might not find. What can I say? I just found the biggest deadhead I've ever found in my entire life. And I'm 90% sure that it's a buck that I've got trail cam pictures of back in early November with a broken leg. Standing here and I see this old fridge behind me, and I look up and there is just main beam sticking up. Oh my gosh, dude. I look over and I just see the dark chocolate antler sticking up. Oh, it's him, dude. It's him. Oh my gosh, dude. What a beast. That's him. That's him. He had a broken leg. He had a broken back leg back in November, laid up right here next to the freaking fridge. Talk about a freaking beast. I had pictures of that deer daylighting at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then he just absolutely disappeared. I had no idea where he went, what happened to him, and I guess he either succumbed to his injury or somebody shot him and couldn't find him. Set the pickup. Oh, I can't even think straight. I'm gonna set up the camera and get a pickup here. That is the biggest buck. That's the biggest deadhead I've ever found in my entire life. That deer, I have a shed off of him at 2 years old and 3 years old, and then he disappeared, and I think now he's 6.5. Oh my goodness. Dude, this is one of the biggest deer I've ever laid my hands on. Oh my gosh, dude. This buck has to go 180. There's no way he doesn't go 180 inches, guys. Oh, this big old split brow. Kicker off of the G2 with another one that's broke off. Another kicker off the other side. Oh, I had 3 to 4 pictures of this deer during daylight. 3 in the afternoon at one of my spots with a yearling doe. And he disappeared, and that was over 1.5 miles away. Oh, dude, this is so unreal. Talk about a buck, guys. Find of a lifetime. I've been doing this a long time, and this is the absolute biggest deadhead I've ever found in my life. Talk about a giant. Look at the mass on this, guys. Oh, look at the mass on that. Biggest buck I've ever put my hands on. Biggest deer I've ever seen, guys. What a shame. What a brute of a buck. Molars, he's missing a couple molars, and the ones in the back are completely filed down to almost nothing. I don't see his 2 front shoulders here, so I cannot tell if somebody shot him or if he finally just succumbed to that bad leg. But talk about a beast. And find of a lifetime for me right there. The biggest buck I've ever laid my hands on. gonna keep doing some lines through here. Looks to be a good area, some good sign. I jumped up a couple bucks holding both sides here about a half hour ago, just before picking up this deer head. And it's a little early, but hey, you can't find them on the couch. Well, we're back out here today, guys. Had some really inclement weather the last 2 days, rain all day, and the wind's about to get up to about 30 miles an hour. Decided to get out here after the rain broke, and I just spotted antler number 1 for the day. I've walked by it probably 15 to 20 times. Laying right behind me here, up underneath of this, I don't even know what kind of bush. It is definitely an oldie. Number 1, left side. Little 2-point, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Great way to start the day. I'm probably 30 yards from the truck. Heck of an antler here. I believe it's off of a 2-year-old. I definitely have the other side to it. Last year's. Beautiful condition, no chew whatsoever. Great beam length on this young buck here. The other side is exactly the same. He's got a broke off brow on this side, but it would have been a slick 10. Beautiful antler, guys. Number 2 for the day. Decided to come out here after all this snow melt. We've had a lot of snow here in the last week or so, and a good amount of rain here the last 2 days, but that's what we come out here for. Hell yeah. After a pretty successful day yesterday, matching up a oldie I'd found last year and finding a little 2-point, back out here today on another piece that I really enjoy walking. I found 8 antlers here, I do believe, last year. Great topo, great food for these deer back here. A lot of good oaks. Not as windy as it was yesterday, which is good. The only problem is, as you can see off my face, the sun is right in it. So I'm gonna try to work down and then loop around to the good stuff with the sun to our back, and hopefully turn up at least 1 today. Sitting at 28 for the year. I'd like to find 2 more before the end of the week and put us at 30. We're way ahead of schedule. Usually I'm only about 15, 16 antlers into the year right now, but we're killing it. So hopefully I can keep up the momentum and find 2 today. Been at it here for probably about an hour and a half or so. Hit the lesser of the 2 spots. Like I say, kept the sun in my face. I'm just now starting my walk back, kind of just walking this creek bank. I literally jumped up on this fallen down tree to look at the old bridge that I washed out. And I look over in front of me right after I jumped down. Look at those pretty white tines, man. 1 on the day. Oldies, can't tell exactly how old, but beautiful looking antler here. Could be a 5-point side. I see what looks to be a G4 right there. Maybe that's the end of the main beam, not sure. Could not have asked for a prettier sight. And the more I sat here and looked at this, I do believe this is a match to an antler I found last year off a buck I called the split G2 buck, because he had a tiny split on his left side G2. This year he has no split, so I thought about renaming him, but I think the name fits and it sticks. So here's the pickup. Oh yeah, definitely him. This is his 3.5-year-old shed. Last year's. I have the left side that I found probably 300 yards back behind me, and not a real wide buck, but great tine length, good mass on him. I actually looked for this other side for quite a few days in a row and never found it. Turns out it's way in the backside of this property. Love it when you find them like this and you can match them up. Out here on another cold February day. Pretty sure it is the 20th, and the temperatures are in the 20s. Walking about 50 acres of open winter wheat field here. Seeing if we can't pick up number 30. No luck yet. Can see pretty far, so not sure if they're really dropping in this area yet. Like I said, I've only found a handful of fresh ones this year. I think a lot of the deer are still holding pretty good. So that's about it. We're going to check this property out and head over to another property that I've walked a couple times this year with no luck on freshies, only a few oldies. So goal is at least 1 on the day. Well, nothing on that first property of the day. It's about a 50-acre winter wheat field. I've never walked it before today, and it's still a bit early here in Maryland to be picking up a lot of freshies. It's only the 3rd week of February. I usually find most of mine in the 2nd or 3rd week of March, but on the second property of the day where I picked up those 2 oldies almost a week ago, still hoping for 1 antler. whether it be old or new. I will take anything. So, sun is coming out pretty good. Blinding me a good bit here on the walk in. Trying to get to the back side of this property and then start working my way back with it to my back. Well, we just spotted the first antler of the day and the first freshie in probably like 2 weeks. Coming down the side of this ridge here, I got a really great scrape and licking branch behind me. I'm standing in a scrape right now, and I look up in front of me and I see brow tine, G2, G3, and a little bit of main beam. I was actually walking just above it like 2-3 minutes ago. I said, man, let me just cut back and loop back around, and sure enough, underneath the cedar tree. Let's see what we got here. I was really getting down thinking, man, are they still holding? Have they dropped yet? Is someone picking them up? But damn, when they come up out of the bed just like that and shake, it doesn't get any better than that. Always check under the cedars. Great left side here. Wax ring still intact. I guarantee it was dropped here in the last week or so. And coyote has actually probably found this, or a fox. There's some chew here on the end of the main beam, but a solid left side nonetheless. Beautiful buck. Like I said, stepped out of his bed, and I'm guessing he shook his head once or twice and dropped her. I'm gonna keep moving here and hopefully pick up the other side. That would be a great match set. I have not found any match sets this year, and that would be a great one to find. Beautiful left side here, number 30 for the year. Look up here in front of me at about 3 yards, and I just spotted number 2 for the day. One that I've probably either walked by or a coyote dropped for me. Little right side, 2-point. Chewed to heck, but I'm happy with it and I'll take it. I love it, I love it. I love thinking that, hey, using the experience that you've gathered over the years and the knowledge, putting it to use and it working out is just so insane. Gonna grab the pickup for this pretty little guy and hopefully find the other side of either of these freshies or another one. As you can see, behind me is the little knob I was talking about that I know a lot of deer like to bet on because they can get up top and see everything. And I guess he was coming down here to work through the saddle out to some food source. I'm not sure what they're really eating back here. Not a lot of acorns on the ground, but a lot of good sign. Anyways, here is number 3 for the day. Big 4-point side with a broke off brow, wax ring intact, fresh drop. I love it. I love every second of this, guys. That makes number 32 for the year, and I'm very glad that I decided to come out on this sunny day. I always like to get to the back of the property and hit the hot spots last, and this is turning out to be the hot spot. I found one here in this little cut last year, probably 20 to 30 yards to my left, and I definitely walked by this one for sure. Solid, another 4-point side. I want to say last year's, but maybe 2 years ago. Got a lot of chew here underneath the brow. Another right, another good 4-point, and it honestly could be a side off of one of the deer that I found here this year. I found 3 freshies on this property and no matches yet, so there's at least 3 there, plus all the ones I found here last year that I never matched up. Number 4 for the day, guys. What a solid antler too, laid up in this tight thicket here. Good bedding, keeps the wind out of their face. They can kind of watch everything coming around here. Like I said, I was originally probably 40 yards over the knoll here, walking a line back to the truck, and said, man, let me swoop back around. You never know what could be laying up in the leaves. Number 4. Heading back to the truck now. Might end up picking up one more, but trying to get out of here. And that's going to do it for this video. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.